Air Force history came alive October 14th when the Airman Heritage Museum and Enlisted Character Development Center hosted a Living History Heritage Ride Tour where U.S. military aviation began. The event, supporting AETC Commander Lieutenant General Darrell Robertson's first Senior Leaders Conference, included volunteer reenactors portraying Air Force legends during a tour of historic JBSA Fort Sam Houston. Military aviation began at Fort Sam Houston with Lieutenant Benjamin Falloy's flight in March 1910. Falloy, who would later become Chief of the Army Air Corps, was trained by the Wright brothers and ordered to Fort Sam Houston to learn how to fly the Wright B Flyer. Falloy made the first military operational flight in U.S. history in Aeroplane No. 1 and was, for a time, the U.S. military's only pilot and their entire Air Force.
And he wrote a thesis for his course advocating the use of airplanes for aerial observation. And that got wind of from the senior leaders. They said, well, that was a good idea. And the Army in 1908, the following year, the Army Signal Corps decided to create the Aeronautical Division, the birth unit of the Air Force.
The highlight of the day was a visit to the actual place Lieutenant Falloy made his historic flight. The Falloy Monument at the Army Post's main flagpole at Arthur MacArthur Parade Field. A dramatic skit also took place at the site, with a reenactor portraying Vernon Burge, the first enlisted pilot who helped Lieutenant Falloy as an aviation mechanic and who came up with the idea for fixing landing gear to the lieutenant's aeroplane. The tour also included visits to the 19th century staff post homes of Colonel Billy Mitchell, champion of air power and strategic bombing, Lieutenant Falloy's home, and General John Pershing's home, where he lived shortly after employing air power operationally for the first time in U.S. history during the 1916 punitive expedition against Mexican revolutionary Pancho Villa. The tour concluded with a visit to the Fort Sam Houston Museum at the Quadrangle to view a special military aviation exhibit featuring a live performance by a reenactor portraying Lieutenant Benjamin Falloy. From the 502nd Air Base Wing Public Affairs Office, I'm Tony Hurst.